And we are back from the break. And, you guys ready to get underway?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Remember, if we have problems with the flags, nobody needs to get in a flap.
So Nemariel is going to be piloting, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And before you leave, how are you hiding the dolphin?
What sort of places are there to hide it? You said there was like stars on the walls or something, didn't you?
Well, I mean,
We'd
you can
probably go
go up
away
to the
from that.
wall. They're covered in uh, giant mushroom forests and stuff like that. You can
Right.
just go hide the
So
ship amongst those.
yeah, that sounds good. If it doesn't look like there's any monsters in there. Well, I suppose Ockar's going to be there and Lever's going to be there. So if anything comes out of the forest, I can just fly out and fly along a bit.
Don't forget that Solas is also there.
Yeah, sorry, Solas is also there.
If I'm taking multiple telepathies, no, actually, I can only take 2. Oh no, I can. Just means I don't have to spell magic. Oh no, I need to spell. Oh,
cannibals stand against us.
So make a quick decision of what spells you're taking, because you need to know now. I'm fine with you having decided that.
Are we?
Make a decision what you're taking.
I've taken 2 glyphs of warning. I won't have enough for free. If this is something I end up doing, I don't know. I doubt it. But...
Well, make a decision.
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
I've taken
Right.
the spells.
Hurry up before they give any rerolls to Auld.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Oh yeah, soften earth and stone only works on natural undressed earth or stone.
Okay. Nice idea, though.
Oh, great idea. Great idea. And like if someone did that kind of thing with the hammered in some metal spikes into a natural wall, it would work. It's just because this is worked. All right. Yep.
I'm wearing my leather armor, not my elven chain.
Okay.
My magical +1 leather.
Okay.
I never use normally. I'm leaving that back on the ship, and I'm leaving the manual of intelligence on the ship.
Okay.
I lose my pouch, and at least I've still got that.
All right. So, you were going to get some invisibility 10-foot radiuses from Solas, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Who is he going to be casting those on?
Braxon and Elias, because I can make myself invisible if I need to be away.
Okay.
Okay, I'm casting them on Braxon and Lanelius.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, Finn has his potion if he needs it, so.
All right. And any other preparations that you want to make before you actually leave the ship? Now, note that it's about 9 hours to Gorlgak's rest from basically like this closest point kind of thing.
I would have prepared an idea spell I will be casting out before we leave.
Okay. I mean, I've kind of helped you get some things that you remember.
Just in case I forgot.
Yeah.
Something else.
Things that you were forgetting were like the fact that you can fly and get up to the top of the arena. You don't have to get through the town itself, which really seemed like what you guys were thinking you had to do.
There's no like tool that we've left behind that would be super useful.
We're just ripping the flags off.
Alright, it's fine. It doesn't get anything.
Yeah.
Axes, crowbars, hammers, all those things could be useful.
I do not have an axe. I have a crowbar, though.
There's plenty of axes on the ship. Like little hand axes, kind of hatchets.
Like
kind
a
of
little. Alright, no, I'll take a hand axe.
Okay. All right. So with that, you all board. Those
Braxon's
who are going
gonna
board the.
Braxon's gonna put some.
Yeah.
Braxon's gonna put some face paint and paint on his arms, whatever's bare, just in case it becomes visible.
Okay.
So he looks different.
I can attempt to disguise you a bit if you want.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I will.
You
attempt
got
to
a 9-hour
disguise.
trip. You got a 9-hour trip ahead of you. I don't think
Yeah.
that any disguise would hold that long.
Okay, fair enough. And I'll be invisible anyway.
Yeah. All right. So Braxon, Lafdul, Finn, Linelius, and Nemeriel board the flitter. Nemeriel takes the helm and leaves. You've left the battle dolphin hidden amongst the forest of enormous mushroom trees on the far wall. Yes, Lafdul?
No, I was thinking, did we all leave like an item that the party can track us with if we ever get separated?
No, Braxton's leaving most of his equipment
Yeah.
on our ship just in case we get captured.
Okay.
And I don't think he'd use his normal armor because it's noisy. I think he's still got the studded leather armor.
You got enough leather armor around too if you wanted to use that.
Yeah, I'm going with other armor, and I'm going with a short sword and a dagger. The others I'm leaving.
Okay. All right.
So no fierce sword or anything.
So it takes you 9 hours to get to Goralgak's Rest. That does mean that someone other than Nemeriel is going to have to pilot you back. But you've got multiple spellcasters, so Linelius will say that he'll take over on the way back.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind either. So.
And the trip is uneventful. As you're closing in on the asteroid port itself, you do see that there are patrols out around the asteroid itself. Do you like as soon as you drop out of spelljamming speed? Is that when you want to put up the thing? You think it'll be about 10 minutes to get to the city?
We got half an hour, haven't we?
Mm-hmm.
The moment we activate it.
So if we do it when we drop out, that gives us 10 minutes to get the thing done, and then we need to be back on the ship and leaving. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay.
As we do it, the moment we drop out, I'm doing non-augury. I mean, we're still going through with it.
What's the casting time?
2 rounds.
Okay.
So we'll be 8 minutes out by the time you get the answer.
Yeah.
All right.
Obviously going with the plan that we're going, as long as we don't get immediate death to kill them, we're still going with this plan.
All right. What is the percentage chance?
78.
Give me a second to think about what the response might be.
Oh, and once we're about, I will start casting telepathies on people.
How long does that last?
That's why I'm checking the spell duration. It lasts a turn plus rounds of level, so it'll last 18 minutes.
Okay.
It should last the duration. Yeah, 8 minutes there, 10 minutes in, so towards the end of the 10 minutes when we start making our way out, that's when it'll start wearing off.
You get no response. The results from your rolling your dice are muddled.
Yeah, Caravan is fickle.
Yeah.
I had to check to see if there was a chance for an opposite response.
I don't think.
No, there isn't.
Although this is error, he might. No, I don't think he would. So I'm doing something for a good cause. So
All right, so you carefully approach. You cast
Braxon
the
says
hold on.
Go on.
Lafdul finishes his augury and puts the dice away, and then he casts one telepathy.
casting 3 telepathies, one on Braxon, one on Finn, one on Elias. So I can communicate to all 3 of them. And they can all communicate to me, but they cannot communicate to each other.
Okay.
Okay.
Then after that, I will, as soon as it's go time, I'm casting a Silence Dilemma on Dagger. So for me and Braxon, so obviously nowhere near Finn.
All right, so half of the trip is the first half of the trip is literally you casting spells.
Yeah.
Is anyone else casting a spell in that time period? All right.
I will also cast a free action before the. How many? Because it's 8 minutes in. I got 8 rounds before we arrive. Yeah. Give or take, or 7
right.
rounds.
So the first 2 rounds you casting augury.
Augury. Next round I get a result.
And well, no, it's at the end of the 2 rounds. Then the following 3 rounds you're casting telepathy.
Although I could cast free action before that, so that'll be 4 rounds. I will cast free action on myself.
Okay.
Just in case.
All right. So now 6 rounds have passed. While you're doing that, a patrol does come close to you, just on its patrol route, and you can hear the goblins aboard. It's a small goblin blade. You can hear them speaking to each other, but none of you know what they're saying.
So Braxon can't tell what they're saying.
Too far.
Braxon can.
Too far.
I believe you have 30 feet, which is going to be too far.
Right.
But the ship does start altering its patrol path. I think it's reasonable to assume that it may have heard Lafdul chanting.
Oh.
Oh.
Are you
Was it following it?
take any other steps?
I just try to be a little bit quieter, give it a more secluded area.
You're basically in a rowboat with giant wings.
And suddenly there's chanting going down.
There's a little compartment for storage, for food for one person for a number of months, and that's basically the space in a flitter.
Quick question relating to whether we do anything else. Do ships normally come in and out of this port on a plane?
Yeah, they normally come in and out on a plane.
Yeah, so Braxon might go over to Ariel and whisper to her, maybe take it up a little bit. Fly a bit higher than normal.
All right, she'll acknowledge that.
I'm just wondering if that'll make us try looking underneath us.
And you do leave behind that patrol. It does seem to be like watching it. It does seem to go back onto its normal patrol route after a few minutes.
Cool.
There's no casting spells on the way back.
All right. Is there any other spells that anyone wants to cast before you actually get there?
No, the last spell I'm going to cast is obviously the silence. Because we're going to be talking mentally, so, or at least to me.
Braxton's going to make sure he's got a peace knot tied tight on the stick of many buttons so it doesn't come loose and drop out. And he's also going to make sure he's got a peace knot on his magical dagger so he doesn't drop that.
Okay. When did you want Lenelius to put up some fog clouds and stuff like that?
Same time with Finn, with the obscurement. As soon as we arrive, I think.
Okay. Yeah. But how long do they last, roughly?
Fog clouds.
Longer than 10 minutes.
Yeah, I mean they're more than 10 minutes.
Right. Okay. There's no need to not do it.
No,
when
it's
we
kind
last.
of like I make sure I'm as far away as I can when I cast the senses to not interrupt there. I make a casual observation as well before I cast to see who's looking at us. I mean,
So I would suggest that they don't do it where the ship is, but do it over the middle of the central flag.
obscurement starts around Finn. Finn, are you casting that? Or...
Okay, fair enough.
When does Finn want to cast it? That's the question.
Yeah, that's
after
Finn's.
the fog cloud, or
That's up to Finn.
yeah. Well,
Well,
I've sorry.
Let's
talk.
Finn yeah.
I get 4 rounds of level out of it, and it takes me 5 rounds to cast it. So
Oh,
If you
so
want-
you probably need to start before you get there.
yes,
Okay.
That means it'd be a trail of fog.
I think that would
Oh.
move with you, though, right,
Yeah, because it's centered on you.
Finn? It moves with you, right?
let's see. Persists in this locale for 4 rounds per caster level.
Can you cancel it when you want?
I don't think I can.
It doesn't matter if we go off and a bit of fog floats off.
Well, we're leaving a trail.
We go in one direction while we've got the fog, and then when the fog ends, change direction and go back towards the ship.
If you've memorized Dispel Magic, you can dispel it.
Yeah, well, we don't need to dispel it. We just go off in one direction and change direction. How's that sound?
Mm-hmm. You're the captain.
All right, hold on a second.
Yeah.
Let me see.
So I get 80 square feet of fog out of the spell.
That's pretty good. We're going to go back with an air envelope for the fog.
Why would it take 5
Okay, it
rounds
does.
to cast?
Yeah, no,
It
casting
doesn't.
time is
Or
just
no,
5.
cast
So
time
it's,
5.
yeah,
Oh.
it's just the 1 round.
Because I don't remember it taking that long last time we
It's
cast
cool.
it.
It's cool.
And
Yeah, I
Fix it.
misread.
that's fine. That's fine. All right, so it looks like it comes into being around you and stays there, so it doesn't move with you. I'm not seeing anything
Right.
about it moving with you. So,
Oh, that's pretty cool.
let me see. Fog cloud.
And it's generating from that point, I guess.
So we have one where the ship is, and we have one where the flags are.
Well, it's 80 feet. That's going to cover like pretty much you know
Yeah.
most of the arena right there.
Yeah.
And Lenelius will basically be putting up some fog clouds and walls of fog just like below you. So that it stretches down to the ground so that anyone down there is like, you know, can't even see up and see the fog above you kind of thing.
Mm.
So does that sound good to you guys?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And he's just gonna keep like he can produce 4 of those between the 2 spells. And so
Probably
he's just
keep
gonna be
one
putting
in
up a bunch
reserve.
of them all over the place.
Oh.
All right. All right. So you arrive at the arena and Lenelius immediately starts casting his spells. Finn, you immediately start casting your obscurement.
Yep.
Okay. And
Am I far enough away that I will not interrupt their spellcasting with a silence?
you'd have to get off the ship and onto the wall.
Can I use my tightrope walking to walk to the very edge of the ship?
No, you're still in range.
Oh.
You have to get off the ship for that.
Alright, I'll wait until after. I'm not going to risk interrupting that spell. So.
Well, I mean, so basically the ship arrives, starts hovering. Braxon can start to do his thing. You can start to do your thing. Finn and Lenelius are casting their spells. Otherwise, you're spending a minute. The 2 of you are spending a minute standing around doing nothing.
Oh no,
Yeah.
we're going to town on what we need to do.
Okay.
Yeah, Braxton will be doing final checks on all his equipment, make sure.
I use my outer self then.
Okay.
For the wings.
All right. So, you two hop over onto the wall, and did you want the ship to start by, like, let's just say, 1, 2, 3 in a row kind of thing. Start at 1, Lafdul goes over to 3, and Braxon starts working on number 1?
Yeah, we'll do that. We start one at each end and then work into the middle.
Okay. That will guarantee that Lafdul is outside of the area when he does his silence.
I can turn myself invisible as well afterwards.
Okay.
Which I will do.
Okay, and since you weren't invisible beforehand, when you get down onto the wall, you basically would probably be like crawling along the top.
Yeah.
Just to keep as low profile as possible until the fog comes up.
Make myself invisible.
Yeah, I mean, it would only be a matter of seconds for that. All right, so Lafdul goes over to the far one, casts his silence spell. Braxon.
I'm placing it on a dagger, I guess.
Yeah. Braxon, so you get onto the wall and look over the edge, and you can see the banner. If you lie down on the ledge, you can reach it with your arms.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Braxton to do that then.
Okay. It looks like it's the banner is attached to an iron bar, and that has clearly rusted to the U-clips.
Oh, right. So the clips are rusted.
Mm-hmm.
I have oil.
What do you want to do?
Braxton will try. Would they normally pinch open?
What, the U-clip?
Yeah.
No. I mean, it's not...
So the U-clip's is staple thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so Braxton's just gonna get his knife and untie his knife, cut through the flag as carefully as possible.
Okay. Give me a dexterity check, please.
Okay. One dexterity check to drop the knife, then another dexterity check to fall off the wall.
Well, you're lying on your belly now, so you're not too likely to fall.
Okay. This is probably
Are you magically flying as well?
Ooh.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay. So you manage to you're holding on to like the edge of the banner tightly, and just slide your knife right across the top, slicing through the banner. So it quickly falls away, and you start pulling it up. At this point, the fog has completely enveloped you. The sound of Lafdul is completely gone. The sound of the ship is now muffled. But you can hear now shouts from down below.
Yeah.
You can talk telepathically, so if you need to...
Right, but you can talk to Lafdul, and Lafdul has to relay anything to Linelius and Finn.
Yeah. Braxton will say, well, here, put flag number 1 in the bag first. And then pull out the replacement flag.
Okay.
And then he'll say to Lafdul, flag number 1 captured, deploying decoy flag.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Finn, after the obscurement, are you waiting for another point, or are you going to be doing something immediately?
I'm going to wait until they have the fake flags out.
Okay. All right, so Braxon, you're just gonna like hang the fake one up and tie it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Try to get it in the same place, kind of thing. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. And Lafdul, after you've cast your silence spell, what are you doing?
I'm going for the third flag.
Okay. So the same thing. The iron bar that it's attached to is rusted.
I will follow C. You would have said I've had to knife them, so I'm going to knife them as well.
Conveniently, you have a silenced dagger in your hand.
I'm not using...
It doesn't matter. You can use that to cut it. It's fine.
This case, if I dropped my dagger, I'd be so annoyed.
Give me a dexterity check.
I mean, Lafdul has failed dex checks before.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You do have a reroll. That's good.
It's not
So
like-
just to remind you guys, Lafdul has 1, Braxon has 2.
Yeah.
Um,
I
so
might
you,
need
you
to
can
use
hear Lenelius chanting another spell. Lafdul,
I can't.
you've sliced that. No, you can't. But he would have indicated that he's cast another cloud. And so Lafdul, you've sliced through that. You can't hear anything else. So you have no idea whether there's shouting from down below.
I
or
would have
anything
just
like
said
that.
to Braxon, I've cut this one up.
Finn is listening for any shouts of alarm or
Okay.
anything.
There's definitely shouts of alarm. Exactly what what they're saying and stuff like that, you don't know, but there's definitely exclamations and shouts coming from down below, down in the street. Lenelius, like you know that Lenelius was going to try and fill the space below you with cloud, so that it wasn't just obvious that there was this big cloud up just at the top kind of thing. And once he does that, once he's not going to be able to see that anymore. He's just going to roughly know, how far away it was. And once he's done with that, he's just going to be using the rest of his cloud spells to put them all around, so that just as many fog clouds up, as much fog as possible is kind of his point of view. And so Lafdul, you're slicing through. You manage to keep hold of everything. Braxon, you need to tie them. Go ahead and give me a rope use check.
A rope use check.
No.
Yay for proficiency use.
I'm wondering if I should do a re-roll thing.
Actually, no. Now that I think about it, because you've got rope use, you're not going to need to roll for this.
Yeah, mundane not. It's not.
Yeah, this is easy for you because you've got rope use.
Okay. So I was worried about dropping the flag.
Yeah, you do not need to roll for that. Well, so the thing is you could just have the flag draped back over yourself as you're tying it, and then once you're tied off,
and then
push it forward so that it falls down.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, thanks for that.
All right, and all right, so that's basically the second round done.
Yeah.
Third round, Lafdul, you pulling out the fake one.
Mm-hmm. Replacing it. Although I
Okay.
do not have rope use, so I have to roll something.
Yeah, I should actually take a quick look at what rope use.
Is it intelligence dex?
Yeah, what is it?
Braxton has on his, so.
Sorry?
You might just have the number though. Yeah, give me just a second.
What do you want me to look up?
No, you don't need to. I'm just looking up the proficiency. Okay. All right, that is dexterity. So, Lafdul, give me a dexterity check with a -4, or technically +4 to the roll.
I will use a reroll.
Okay.
2d20 plus 4. Will that +4 to both?
Just do 2d20 then, and we'll just
add 4 to both.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I would have worked either way, but that's fine. Okay. So you are able to tie that one. Braxon, after getting that one tied off, what are you doing?
Gonna move to the final flag.
Okay.
I'll spend a round moving, won't I?
Yeah, because you've got so much obscurement, and I need a dexterity check from you.
A dexterity check. I think. Do I do?
Are you magically flying? Did Laius cast a fly on you? Because I got my flying wings to stop me from falling down.
Yeah, he would
I
have.
think that was the plan.
He would
I think
have.
that was the plan.
So you can just.
So it doesn't matter if I fall off. I'll just be careful.
You slow down a bit.
Yeah. I will. I'll chance
Rocks.
it so I can avoid dropping my knife, cutting the
It
next.
means rocks might be tumbling down
All right, go ahead and roll.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
graceful.
Oh.
You
yeah,
easily move along the top edge to the next banner position.
Could have tried jumping.
No, there's no point jumping.
That would have been lovely. That would have been lovely.
Jumping in fog on a 3-foot wide wall.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong there. What's the worst that could happen? What's the worst that could happen, right?
I don't know. I've watched plenty of times where you've done that in Minecraft. Disappeared into oblivion.
Whee! All right.
It's alright, there's no innocent goblin up here that you can accidentally push off.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or get pushed off by.
oh, rude. Just need to boop him off the edge. All right. All right. So, Braxon has gotten to the third one, the middle one. Lafdul,
Yeah.
you finished up yours. What are you gonna do now, Lafdul?
I'm gonna head back. I don't think I'm gonna bother like this. I'm banking. I mean, if they don't get destroyed by the insect plague, then they don't get destroyed.
Okay, you don't want to put up the glyph of warding.
No.
Okay.
I want to be back on the ship, ready to leave ASAP.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll start casting summon insects
I will-
right as Braxon is pulling in the third flag.
All right. Well,
I am putting
you
the
got you got a
dagger.
minute or two. For
Yeah,
that.
because
In the pouch.
it takes a round to cast.
Okay.
So
The dagger's in the pouch, so it's not silencing anyone.
All right, Lafdul, I need you to roll a dexterity check because Braxon is laying down on the path that you need to cross.
Is he gonna walk over the top of Braxon?
Never know.
He's gonna trip over Braxon.
Okay, you manage to
Alright.
leap over Braxon without any trouble. And you don't like bump into him or kick him or anything like that. And you don't trip and fall off the edge, and you get back to the ship. Braxon, same thing. The iron bar has rusted to the Euclips.
Yeah, so Braxon will do what you said. He'll pull the flag up, put it over him, and then he'll try and cut through with a dagger.
Well,
And it's
with that, I mean, like with cutting through it, you just need a hand on one edge.
Yeah.
So
I'm
give me
gonna-
a dexterity check, please.
I'm going to use the reroll.
Okay.
Because I don't want to lose a magical dagger. Because if I drop the magical dagger, I'm not going to be able to go get it.
Okay. Oh,
Oh, that is so good.
that is
If I hadn't have done that, I'd have been in trouble.
yeah. All right. You do bobble the dagger, but you manage to keep a hold of it and slice through the banner, pull it up and pack it away. So Lafdul, you're back at the ship.
So Lafdul hears Braxton swearing in dwarf.
Yep.
Lafdul's like, you alright?
Ugh.
Oh.
Yep.
Would I recognise it as one of his usual complaints when he's failed something?
You can hear shouts getting closer to you.
Oh.
Towards
It's
Braxton?
muted, so it's really hard to tell, but the shouts are getting louder. Laft will give me an intelligence check. And Finn, give me an intelligence check as well.
No.
me give one?
I'm sorry?
Was that me give one? Or...
Yeah, you give one as
Yeah.
well. Okay. And Laft will
What
blunder that one.
hinders? It's also your chanting of the spell. That's also.
Yeah, Finn, you're pretty sure that there are goblins inside the arena, like in the stands, moving around, probably coming up towards the top. Exactly like how far away they are right now and stuff like that.
I'll telepathically relay that to Lafdul and say, hey, they're coming.
I'm beside you. Oh yeah, I'll tell that to Braxton.
Yeah. All right. And yeah, for some reason, Lafdul, you maybe you were sticking your fingers in your ear for some reason, had some earwax that you needed to clear out or something like that. You did not
I was
realize that they were closer.
putting my dagger in, so it's taking me a while to get used to the sound again.
That's a good idea.
Maybe.
All right, that works. Yeah. Okay, so Braxon, you are tying the third banner on there.
Yeah.
Okay. And so with that, you've gotten that tied off. Now, Finn, you are immediately, like, as soon as Lafdul tells you that Braxon is beginning to tie on the fake one, you're summoning.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. All right. All right, Braxon, give me a dexterity check to get back to the ship.
I use up my reroll. I don't have
Once
another one.
you've-
No, you have another one.
I have another one.
Mhm.
I'm going to use the other one.
Okay.
You're
Pretty sure that's a well-used reroll because that 18 would
Yeah.
have been a failure.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have
I
been
mean, you're
running off the
flying,
wall.
so
Yeah, I
but
know,
he's
but
still.
it would have been. He'd have been
True.
flying around in the air in the middle of some fog,
Oh.
not knowing what direction to go.
oh, sorry.
Oh, okay. So, Braxon, one of the stones at the top apparently is a little loose because it rocks under your foot, but you manage to keep your footing, stumble a little bit, but get back to the ship without
Yeah.
falling. And you're back in just as Finn completes his chanting.
Lafdul hears another dwarven swear word in his head.
Funny enough, Lafdul speaks Dwarven, so he knows what curse he's using.
All right.
Does he?
So Yep.
Does Finn need to keep chanting once he's got the spell? Or is it just a case that he just needs to concentrate?
I think he just needs to concentrate. Do you recall if it says anything in particular, Finn?
Just need to concentrate after I cast.
Okay.
All right. Lafdul's like, he says this to Finn and Linnaeus as quickly
but
as he
once-
can.
But once I'm 30 feet away or 30 yards away from them, they will dissipate. So
I'm asking those two if I can pull out my dagger to keep us silent as we can. Because we're done with spells now once you've cast your spell.
Linnaeus says, we wouldn't be able to cast any other spells. I have a sleep. I have a dispel magic if we need.
I can put my dagger straight back in my pouch. I'll have it ready to put in the pouch as soon as.
It's still going to be a bit of a delay if something happens.
All right, I'll keep
It's up
this.
to you, though. I'm just letting you
Now,
know what the situation would be.
I'd say leave it off too.
All right. I go with the party's decision. The two
Okay.
people.
So, Finn, you hear a bit of a buzzing, and you feel some small flying insects zip past your face. The rest of you do as well. Looks like some sort of fly-type insect has appeared. And you direct them to the banners?
Yep.
Okay. Nemariel says as quietly as she can, should we leave now, or should we wait for them to do their work?
Has Braxon got back?
Yeah, you're back now.
Okay. Braxon checks to see that he can see Lafdul, and then says,
We're all
"Let's
here.
go. Let's go
I would have
straight
set
up."
them on the ship.
Okay.
Finn,
Once I'm too far away, the flies will just dissipate. But
Yeah, I think that, and that's kind of what she's asking is do you want
can we break 2 rounds?
she could move up to 30 yards away though.
Okay, so
Yeah.
go
Straight up.
so you want her to go straight up
Let's
less
go
than
straight
30
up and
yards.
get-
Less than 30. I mean, she's got to
Yeah.
have to estimate it, so.
Can we try to get sort of like out of an arrow range, sort of thing?
Arrows are really.
Okay. Well, can we, at least make it a
Take
bit harder?
cover.
Well, we're invisible, aren't we?
Yeah. And in a fog. So it's basically
Well,
seeing.
if you go straight up, you're going to be out of the fog. Because the fog, Linnaeus did not put any up, You put them down.
Yeah.
But you are still, the cloaking helm is still operating.
Let's go up a little bit. Let's go up to the top of the fog at least.
Well,
Also, an
top of
invisible
the fog
object-
is only 10 feet.
Okay.
As a point of reference, an invisible object inside a fog cloud is not invisible, so to speak, because there'll be a dispersion around where the invisible person is.
No, wrong.
Well,
Is it?
The most things are in a fog cloud are effectively invisible unless you're right up close to them anyway. So it's not offering you any additional protection, but it does offer protection. If you get close to someone is still invisible.
I think we should go up anyway, because
All
if they guess where we are and try throwing missiles at us, they will be coming in this general direction. They might get a lucky hit.
Okay. So Nemariel says, I'll try to go up about 100 feet.
Is that okay with you, Finn?
Actually, that might be too far. Yeah,
that's-
70 feet, sorry, is what she'd say.
That'll work.
So she slowly brings the flitter up. You can hear voices in the clouds stumbling around. You can hear now some cursing as because they're flying, biting insects around them too. So you wanted to get about 2 minutes.
Braxon says to Finn, you can give the command when we're ready to leave. You know your spell better than us.
Would you be telling me to say that to him more? Because it's quick and quiet.
No, we're on a ship that's like 70 foot up in the air.
Mhm.
Braxon will just say it quietly to Finn. If they can hear me talking at this volume, 70 foot up in the air, then they can hear me talking.
Yeah. We can just give it a couple minutes for them to do a little damage to the flags and then get out of here.
Okay.
Was it like a round per flag? Move on to the next flag, move on to the next flag.
No, he's probably split them into 3 working groups.
I mean, he is a druid. Here's what you can do.
So you notice the biggest mass of fog, the obscurement, disappears.
Someone started dispelling them. Can we tell if it's dispel magic? Can I roll spellcraft? Because I'm just observing.
You don't know where it came from. I mean, it's reasonable to
Oh.
assume because you know that spell would
It's
last
not
long.
wind. Yeah.
And this does allow you to see fairly well that the the insects are they've done some damage to the banners already. So they're clearly doing some work there. But at this point, it's probably best to leave.
Yeah.
We've done what we can.
I'll just shift the insects to any goblins on the walls that look like they might be casting.
Well, if you just that's hard to say.
Any goblins on the walls then?
Yeah. And anything that's waving its arms around.
Well, you could. I mean, they're waving their arms around because they're also being bitten by the these biting flies and stuff. But if you keep them working on the flags as long as possible, you're going to maximize the damage. So.
Okay. I'll do that then.
Okay. And with that, Nemariel turns the ship and begins to fly away. So you've got about 10 minutes before you get out of the gravity well of the asteroid. However, there are 2 goblin blades coming towards the area.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to check to see if they notice you guys.
If we're just... Oh, never mind.
Can we try going up and over them?
I mean, the thing is that your ship is still going to make
Flitter.
noise moving through the air.
Yeah, I was like, Lafdul's like, should I just trying to dampen the sound with the dagger?
Yeah, hang on. He's got a silence dagger. That won't stop it flying.
No, but it will reduce the odds of
You want to pull
them
that out?
hearing us. Yeah.
Okay. As far as you can tell, they do not notice you because they do not alter their course. They are flying towards the arena, and as you watch behind you, kind of moving about, you'd guess in kind of a search pattern, looking to see if there's, something around there. It's not like there's always been rumors of like ships that can become invisible and stuff like that. So even though until you encountered the cloaking helm that you have right now, none of you knew how it happened. How to do it. There's been long rumors of ships being able to be made invisible and stuff like that, either through magic or helms or something like that. So it is not an unreasonable thing for the goblins to maybe be thinking that it might be an invisible ship or something like that.
Someone cloaking a ship.
Well, after all, that's how we managed to get the helm. Figured there was an invisible ship.
Okay. So after you get out of the air envelope for the asteroid, Lenelius will offer to take over the helm position from Nemeriel. Unless one of you guys wants to do it.
Let's have a look around and make sure there's nothing in the immediate vicinity first.
I mean, if it comes into
They'll be
conflict
fine with getting on the helm to get us back.
Yeah, I don't mind either. So it's kind of like who's going to fight if we come into an encounter, basically.
Yeah. The good news, though, is that your ship is only 1 ton, so you might drop out of spell jamming speed, but other people won't.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works. So.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not.
What's the relative size before both drop out?
10 tons.
Oh.
All right. So, is there anything that anyone wants to do on the about 9-hour trip back?
Braxon will have a look at the flags and assess the damage to where you had to cut them out, or at least 2 flags he cut out.
I mean,
Solas should be able to mend that.
Yeah. Well, obviously Braxon won't know that until he gets back, but I mean, you cut them right. Like they were looped. You're pretty sure that this loop part was done by the goblins,
Right?
Because
Okay.
it's looped over, and you can see some tattered portions where maybe it was ripped from whatever it was hung from on the elven vessels.
Yeah.
And you slit right through that.
Okay.
And so, other scenario is that it could be sewn back together or something like that. It didn't damage any of the imagery on it any more than what the goblins did. One of them is a bit burnt, old. I mean, all the damage, all the other damage to it is just age and stuff that's really old at this point. They're very tattered. They are very tattered.
Braxton's okay with that because that's a story. He's gonna take them out of the bags and he's gonna fold them up carefully the way a flag is meant to be folded up.
Okay.
Put them back in.
I can find out the history of them tomorrow.
Lenelius will do the same as well.
Lafdul's going to pray to Aravan and to Corellian, actually, to all the elven gods, and thank them for... Even though he didn't ask for a favour, but it's kind of like...
Braxton's
also
going to pray. You beat me to it.
Yeah. Lafdul's just saying thank you, basically.
I have such an urge to get Lafdul to document each deity that he plans to pray to, so that if he misses anyone, they get pissed off at him. But he's not a follower of the Greek gods.
Since you said pray to all the elven gods, you are praying also to Loth.
No,
she's part of Sildaran Pantheon then. Just a general thank you, and I hope he did good.
Depends how old he is. If he's really old, he might be praying to Lol Thunder, her old name.
No, Lafdul's not allowed. I think
Yeah.
that was hundreds and hundreds of years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I think Lafdul's parents, like
I
400,
was
500.
joking. All right.
Braxton's gonna say a prayer in Elvish to Ptar, thanking him for his assistance, helping to rescue the flags of the elves.
Lenelius narrows his eyes at you.
Yeah. I mean, we all have different religions. I mean, I'm sure Finn will be thanking Albert High for something.
We're allowing him to use the spells for this.
Lenelius will kind of offhandedly say to you, Braxon, boy, I sure hope Ta knows that language. It'd be a shame if your prayers didn't reach him.
I'm pretty confident he knows Elvish. He did create the elves after all.
After doesn't say this out loud if you say, oh god.
Well, you do still have that telepathy up, right?
No, at this point it would have
Yeah,
expired.
it'd be wearing off.
Lenelius just kind of nods at you, Braxon, as one might nod to a little child who has just made a really, really, to an adult, obviously dumb error in statement kind of thing.
Yeah, well, he can't help his ignorance, so Braxton will not say anything back.
Lafdul shrugs to Lenelius and says nothing though.
So some of you guys might want to take some naps, because it was a 9-hour trip to Gorlgak's Rest, and now it's going to be 9 hours back. It's a lot of time. You got time.
Yeah.
What shift will it be when we get back to the ship?
Second, I guess. Some of you
Good
could have
shit.
taken a nap on the way out too, if that was what you'd prefer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'd have to do. We'd have to have watches, wouldn't
We'd have mixed shifts or whatever, yeah.
we? Yeah,
I mean, the helmsman is going to be up. Nemariel is going to be asleep on the way back.
yeah.
And Lenelius, of course, has to be awake because he's piloting.
Yeah.
Finn will probably stay up then, since he'll be off shift when we get back to the ship.
Okay.
Lafdul will mention to the people that are here, obviously keep it quiet for those that are sleeping. How about we do something to help the crew have a little bit of relaxation, because they've been a bit downtrodden, lately. I mean, yeah. I mean, is it me or the crew just seem generally unhappy?
Well, first of
one of
all,
these-
would Braxon be asleep or would Braxon be awake?
Braxton's on the second shift.
This would be relatively early on the way back.
Well, you'd have to said it quickly after Braxton's done his praying.
Yeah, I would have said that, it's just a general, R&R thing.
Well, a thank you would be good, but we should wait till we've got away from this area.
Oh, yeah, of course. It's just,
We've got our path out of here, so I would say.
No, this is on the ship. This isn't anything external. This would be while we're flying.
While we're flying, does
Yeah,
it involve the crew being intoxicated?
No. I was simply thinking about using a couple of spells to borrow some of the word to make it into a small tub swimming pool kind of thing, because I can do that with shape word.
Swimming pool.
And I use create food and water to make water in there. Then I was going to ask Finn if you could heat metal on one of my metal balls to heat the water up, so people could have a little hot bath kind of thing. I don't know. It's just something to relax a bit. Helps.
Oh,
Just little.
maybe another day. I didn't memorize it today.
Not
so.
not today. No, this is like in the coming. That's something I'm just little.
Okay, if you want to do this, we'll check with Margoth and we'll do it in the safest area between here and back.
Oh yes, it'll be entirely whenever you think it's a good idea. I just thought it'd be good for crew morale. So.
Well, let's give it a few days just in case anyone's chasing us.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're also planning to go back to the Peck port, and you're going to be close enough
Yeah.
to the Mongrelmen port if you want to visit there. You could take some
Yeah.
shore leave.
Yeah.
I mean,
Let's do
I
that
just
back
thought it
there.
would be like it's a bit of a novelty, really. Literally having a swimming pool. You know, in a swimming pool, like a little tub. I suppose hot tub. I don't know what you want to call it. Multiple
Yeah,
shape
how
ones.
much water can you create?
Create feed. I need multiple spells. It would take a lot of my third spells.
Yeah. That's the thing, is I think you might be overestimating how much water you can create with that.
I might need to recruit more help out of it.
Why
Yes,
don't-
if
Why
he'd
don't
be
you
up for
wait
it anyway.
till we get to an asteroid with water on or something, and then we can.
It's literally because I can do it without going to an asteroid. That's why I want to do it.
If you can actually cast a create water spell, it can create up to
I'm the only
27
priest that
cubic
can.
feet.
You two can, I can't. So I at some point
It's
I will
it's up to
ask.
27 cubic feet of water.
It's not bad.
Yeah, but I don't think that's 27 by 27 by 27. I think that's 27 1 by 1 by 1 cubes.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
it's not
sounds about right.
It's not a whole lot of water.
I mean, when you cast multiple spells of it, though. Well, at the moment, it's just a theory, and I'm discussing it with Finn. I mean, Finn wants to say, I don't know how much water I can create, and if he wanted to help with the water creation or something. I don't know. I just thought it was a good idea.
It seems good. It seems good. I'm just thinking if we needed to stop off somewhere, you could just do this on the ground, couldn't you?
I mean, I suppose, yeah.
If you really want to do a jacuzzi while we're going along, that's fine.
I thought it was like a nice little reward for a couple of crew or a few crew at a time or something.
Yeah, we've got quite a lot of crew.
I know, it'd
It's,
be on a rotation thing, but
It's basically 1 cubic yard per caster.
Yeah,
That is
right.
maximum that you can create with one casting.
and the fact that you'd kind of want to change the water out.
Mm-hmm.
Would it purify water?
Purifier
Work.
water would work, yeah.
And
I just think that
it's a novelty, but I thought it was
yeah, I just think that if you want to do something nice for the crew, taking an extra days in a port. Now, keep
You
in
bet.
mind that it was really not that long ago that you took an extra week in the Mongrelmen port.
Mm.
So
They just seemed unhappy, that was all.
well,
Yes.
I mean, part of it is like they
Don't
knew
forget
you
they
got
also-
they knew you got a route out and you did another thing. A little
Yeah.
bit like, okay, let's go now, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's the same. We're going to go now. Would be good for
Yeah.
morale as well.
You know, and it's certainly something to think about, but I think it might be something maybe to keep in mind for another leg of the journey, because you're not going to be home when you leave here. You got to travel ahead of you, kind of thing, and you have no idea how long that's going to take.
Yeah. It seems like it's about 4 or 5 crystal spheres from that rhyme.
Okay. I mean, it's something to keep in mind. But yeah, you might need some extra spells or some other means of producing water.
It's certainly a good idea.
All right, so you get back to the ship. Braxon, you were not sleeping at that point at all, right?
If I'm on the shift, Braxton would have had a nap. When I said about when he was saying he was going to talk, I said, well, you'd have to say that.
Right. Okay.
Braxon.
So what I mean is that you would have left during first shift, and you'll be returning during second shift, and there's going to be a few hours left of second shift, just for the
Yeah.
ease of handling all this.
Yeah. Braxton will stay awake for the rest of the second shift, so he
Okay.
would have had a.
So you might have
had
taken a nap on the way out.
Yeah.
Okay. And Finn, you might have taken a nap on the way out as well.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you get back to the ship, and
Do you got away with this crazy plan?
Don't know yet. We might get an encounter.
Nope, you get back successfully. And it's probably close enough to the start of first shift again that anyone who wants to be awake can be awake, kind of thing. Solas and Ockar, since you're on 1st shift, you could be awake when they, or you could wake up when they get back if you guys want to discuss what happened.
Yeah, Solas wants to hear pretty much that if it went well or not, and after that he's concentrating on other things.
How much trouble do you guys get into, and how bad is it gonna bite us in the butt?
We did okay actually.
Yeah, as far as we know, they didn't know. They didn't see us. They knew something was up, but
Yeah. The alarm did get raised, and
I don't believe they saw us.
some of Finn's friends nibbled on a few of the people that came looking for us.
Oh. So Finn's little animals actually attack some people in your attempt to get out?
I
Well,
mean, they're
He
just
didn't attack
insects.
people. His friends nibbled on people.
Nibble. Okay, if you say
They
so.
were nibbling on the flags and
Yeah, they were nibbling on
collateral
them.
damage.
Yeah, so some people ran up the inside of the arena to try and find us, or to try and find out what was happening.
Oh, I will.
Right, so we need to put these flags in some sort of place of honor.
Yeah, my roof. No.
Linelius will offer to hold on to them, since they are, he is the only officer of the Imperial Navy, and they are property
Maybe
of
it's
the Imperial
best we
Navy.
just store them away somewhere so nobody can see them in case we have like goblins or something on our ship at some point.
I mean, there's no harm in him having them.
He's allowed to have flags. He's an elven officer.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
no-
he'll abide by your decision if you want to secure them in something else, but I mean, he would kind of consider it his duty to return them. But
Yeah.
just for a day at least, because I want to cast the no history, and if Solas and Finn want to learn a spell for me, they can observe me.
okay,
That sounds like a sensible thing. Would our handling of the flags cause problems for working out the history?
No,
no idea.
I don't think so.
Well, I'm just wondering if we should leave them so that none of us touch them, and then you do your spells, and then they get given over to Finnel'ar.
Well, this will be the first time I'll be using this spell, so.
Okay, let's put them somewhere where none of us touches them, and
day.
none of us stay in the room for them for a day. Yeah. Have we got a room we're not using?
I mean, just leave them folded up somewhere. It'll be fine.
I mean, you can put them in your storage place.
Yeah. All right, we'll put them in the storage place for the night.
Okay.
And
Would I have to have a no history on each one of us? So I need 3 spells.
Yes.
I think so. It's going to be 3 different ships. Might even be 3 different fleets. Okay, when we put them in a storage area, Braxon is going to salute the flag before we lock the door.
All right.
Yeah, Lafdul will as well, weirdly enough.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if it's weird, actually, for Lafdul.
All right. Anything else that you guys want to do, or do you want to get back on your way?
On our way, I guess.
Braxton's going to go up, kiss his hand, and touch the helm on the flitter, and he's going to say in Elven, Thanks for helping us.
All right.
If only I had no telepathy.
All right. So
yeah, and then I guess we'll get underway.
Yeah, all right. So that took essentially a day. There was some time before you left, and then some time after you get back to secure everything. So we'll just say that's a full day right there.
Right.
So for those doing research, they can calculate a day to that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you can go ahead and start plotting your course, and then move your ship.
I need to check the spell components from the no history spell. I don't know, would I be matching an Oriental Adventure spell components, or if it's too obscure, I'd have to come up with my own?
Because
some of them are
have to do
really-
some more research.
Oh,
It's a pair of carved bones.
would I be able
think
to
you could do that. I think you can do that.
create them?
Are we outside visible range?
Oh yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, you were 9 hours away from Grolgak's
Yeah.
rest when you left. All right, so the first shift is uneventful. You can move forward next 12, and then we'll do anything that you guys want to do in that time period. All right, so Lafdul, you wanted to cast 3 no histories.
Yes, I would like to.
Okay.
I will show Finn and Solas if they're able to learn the spell.
Finn would not. Solas would. But Solas probably will need to wait until you're done with your...
Yeah, I need to
Research.
research my Wall of Fire first.
All right, so Lafdul, you cast no history on the 3 banners. The banners themselves have no particular history.
Yeah. No name, no nothing. Yeah.
I mean,
Maybe the
they are
ship.
just banners.
You would have needed to cast it on the ships themselves.
Yeah,
Right.
I say, oh, well, yeah, that's disappointing. I guess I.
But
I'm
it does
still
give you
working.
some understanding of how
spell
that spell
works.
works. Yeah, I mean, you get some there's some information about Well, actually, no, because they weren't really owned by anyone. They were put up.
Would I not have like a history of a conflict or something before?
Nope.
Wouldn't they be regularly raised and lowered by?
To be fair, I haven't.
No, those things
Nope.
were rusted up there. They put them up there as along with other trophies. I mean, the other banners up there that you ignored were banners of like other goblin, like other designs that you suspect were like goblin, hobgoblin, kobold.
I was
Lithid
thinking-
design, stuff like that. So those are just trophies that were put up as look at things that we've captured, kind of thing.
Yeah, I thought we might get the history of the elves.
Nope, not of the banners themselves, because those were just the banners.
Okay.
Now, if you really want that kind of information, that's what the 6th level spell Legend Lore is for. That would give you a lot more stuff.
Right.
Yeah, Solas, were you going to cast Mending on the banners?
Yeah, I cast Mending.
Okay, so that's 3 Mending spells.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not casting on one day since I will keep spell slots reserved.
All right. One each day kind of thing?
Yeah.
All right, that's fine. So those will get repaired just fine.
Do they get repaired to the standard they were at when we got them, or does it reverse any age?
It doesn't reverse any age, just fixes the damage, and you have to have all the parts. So the
Yeah.
tattering, like the damage to them, is not damage that
Cool.
can be mended. You can just mend the cuts that you did.
Yeah. Okay, so as Solas meant one day, Braxon will take the flag from him as he mends it, and then we'll fold it up the way flags meant to be folded up, and he'll take each flag and hand it over to Lanelius, and then salute the flag and Lanelius when he hands over the flag.
Okay. All right.
Might have some people around when we're doing this.
Yeah, no, Lafdul will be there. Lafdul will offer prepare.
And
So it's-
Braxon will address the crew and thank them for their patience in our efforts to rescue the flags of the fallen dead of our elven comrades who've helped us numerous times in the past, and say that the deeds we've done today will hopefully have the elven gods smile on us and I'll return back to the known spheres.
The most of the crew seems, at least the human crew seems pretty happy with that. As to like the dwarves, kind of shrug it, and the gifts seem more interested in cleaning their guns.
I mean, Braxton's giving a speech to the belted dwarven guy. You know, he's got a good reaction.
Well,
Yeah,
they
but
didn't complain, did they?
you're also talking about elves and dwarves
not
are like
insulting
the dwarves
Blah,
are
blah,
like
elves.
not really understanding why you did this thing for the elves. They don't disagree with it per se. It's just like, it seems kind of frivolous. But then again, that's what the elves are, tend to do, isn't it? Is what you might get from
Yeah.
from one of them. All right. Is there anything that anyone else wants to do on that day?
Not really.
That would be the day the priests need to recast their contact and power.
Oh, we might be demounting the invisibility helm from the flitter, just in case it gets pinched.
Okay.
I'll put it on the. Oh, we'll just take it off. All right.
Yeah, it might be worth us putting it on the
The shuttle.
block, the shuttle. Yeah. So, do we want to have the? Do we want to mount the major helm on the shuttle so we can go fast with it, or do we want to mount the invisibility helm on the shuttle?
I think we want the major helm.
Okay.
Can anyone utilize the major helm when we go on the helm? Does something actually benefit from it?
Works for anyone.
Everyone's anyone above
4th level, that.
something like that benefits. Yeah.
It
Certainly, all
also
of your guys do.
I don't think any of us are faster than each other. Levy's the only one that actually can go faster.
Yeah, so it benefits everyone because all of your helmsmen are 4th level or higher.
Yeah. It also has the advantage that you can tow bigger ships with it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think that.
So we'll keep the elven invisibility helm locked up in our storeroom then.
Okay.
And we've got one more helm, haven't we? Which I think we sell. Is it one more or two more?
No, I don't.
Didn't we get the helm from the Gith pirates?
Let me check.
Yeah, I think we got a helm from the pirates. We stole their helm and left a marine.
I mean, that's
right.
what you do with the pirates.
That's right.
Yeah, that one we'll probably offload.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a major?
I think
or
we
minor?
might sail
That's
that on
minor.
the Peckport.
Yeah, you could certainly do that at the Peckport.
Those helms on.
All right, real fast. There were 2 scrolls that you got from the pirates, and I think at some point along this trip, one of the wizards would have cast Read Magic, just because that's all that's necessary. So I will go ahead and just tell you what is on those right now. You can decide in between sessions who gets them, and I will copy and paste the...
There's one on the helms and one on the first mate.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I mean, once you get what's on them, then it doesn't matter who had them, kind of thing. All right, so there was a wizard scroll with 3 spells. Had Delude, Gust of Wind, and Array of Paralysis at 10th level. And a wizard scroll with 6 spells. Lorlovame's Creeping Shadow, Monster Summoning 1, Protection from Evil 10-foot radius, Fire Shield Warm, Control Weather, and Disintegrate at 12th level.
Nice.
Disintegrate's always a fun spell.
So let me go ahead and just
Until it's
send those
cast
to
on
guys.
you.
So those are the 2 scrolls that that you got from the pirates.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So with that, you guys can travel forward another day,
Where?
or go 12 hours at a time, just for simplicity.
Yeah. 1 second.
All these rings and they were all magical, the stuff, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
There was no non-magical.
All right. So that day is uneventful as well.
I got 3 Huwaiti written down there.
Yeah, those were
That's
the cavern where the Hawaii
the
lived.
Lafdul will start.
place where enslaved Horvaiti were left.
Yeah, that's also where the giant reptilian creature lived.
Little one.
Well, and its parent.
Big one.
All right. So anyone is doing on this day?
Yeah, I was meant to start this yesterday, but I would start reading the tome.
Okay.
And I have no idea how long it'll take me to read it, but I'll start it.
Yeah.
What's the spine of the book, or any
I will
description?
give you that information in just a second.
That book would have been so nice.
Great thing about being a thief, you can get away with murder. In the party's eyes. So they'll see it.
Where did I put that? I put it somewhere. Hold on a second. Okay. All right, so you need to be reading this for the next 6 days.
Mm-hmm. 6 days.
And
You're marking it from today or from yesterday?
yeah, from today.
All right. Sorry, my chair's a bit squeaky.
Yeah, specifically, you need to focus on reading it and practicing what it says for 8 hours each of those days. So it's like spell research. You need to be undisturbed kind of thing.
Yeah, I'll have to try his best to devote all of his time to it.
Okay.
Do we have that poem on a note?
I'm sorry?
The poem that says where we're going.
It's going to be in the Discord,
Some,
the shared Discord, because
Right.
I did copy and paste it to you.
Yeah. I think Braxon would spend some time praying to Ptah and meditating over that.
Okay. All right. Anything else anyone's doing? You still working on spell research, Solas?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Finn, Ockar, you guys doing anything?
I don't really have anything in mind.
Okay.
No, nothing special.
Okay.
propagating the plant, the spell there, wasn't it?
Probably can't do it yet.
Yeah.
I gotta let him grow back a bit first.
Yeah. Okay, you can go ahead and move forward in another day. Okay, so that day is uneventful. Anything in particular anyone is doing that day?
After a day praying, Braxton's going to go around doing inspection on the ship and try and look for anything that we could pay attention to before we go to the phlogiston.
Okay, give me a carpentry check.
Okay.
Actually, no, let me roll it. What is your number?
My number is 16.
Okay. Okay. Are you checking just the interior, or are you checking the exterior as well?
All of it. So
Okay.
if it takes 2 days, he'll take 2 days.
Yeah, it'll probably take 2 days. So I'll let you know what you...
First day interior then?
Yeah. Yeah.
And all the people that live on the external parts of the ship, he's going to be checking cabins.
Yeah.
I suppose the only thing he's not going to go into is the place where we keep the prisoners or whatever. He'll have a look through the door. He's not going to take the prisoners out just for this.
Right. All right. So I'll let you know at
That
the
means-
at the end
Yeah.
whether you find anything or not.
Yeah, that means he's going to ask everyone who's got rooms, who might have secured the rooms, for permission to come in and check over the rooms for anything that needs attention. And they can supervise him.
Okay. Is that going to cause a problem for anyone?
No,
Yeah.
I mean, Lafdul's just in his room reading a book for some reason. Lafdul would just play off his doing more spell research.
Okay.
Finn will point at one of his plants and say, "Yeah, just don't get too close to that one; it bites."
Braxton's going to smile.
And go to that plant.
He asks Finn what the plant's name is.
Well, I haven't named it yet.
You haven't? Okay. Where are you going to train it if you don't name it?
Who said I'm going to train it?
You're a druid, aren't you?
So,
I thought you was a druid. Whoa,
so maybe
Sure,
I'm just
sure.
going to let it follow its nature.
that's true. Well, how are you going to know what it needs?
Oh, I know.
You're just going to call it plant.
Right now, it might
So-
need a little bit of human blood. Braxon.
So-
Oh, I'm just kidding.
So what sort of plant is it?
It's just a plant I picked up in our travels.
And it doesn't have a plant type.
I'm perfectly fine with this if you want to come up with some details of this and other plants that you might have, Finn.
I might do that. I'm just going to need some time to work on that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right. Well, Braxton will give the plant a wide berth.
And is this in your room, Finn?
Yes.
Okay, so it might be a plant that either doesn't need sunlight or prefers... Well, I mean, there's... No, actually, you could have just artificial light in there.
Tangle.
Yeah, you could have artificial light in
Oh.
there. Okay. Never mind. All right, so you can move forward another day.
Okay. Hang on. I need to scroll a bit before I come to the ship.
Another day.
Thank you.
All right, and then another 12 hours.
Whee! Can the people on the stream see the arrows?
Yes, they can.
Cool.
They do. They just like you guys have noticed though, it does disappear. So.
Yeah.
Okay. On that day, on the second hour of first shift, you do notice a pack of scavers following and eating some of the garbage that's tossed over the side. And they do make a few swipes at your crew until your crew fends them off. A few minor injuries that need some healing spells, but no crew losses from that.
Are they the edible ones?
They're gray scavers. I think they're edible. They're not delicious, but they're not bad
Yeah.
either.
Well, first shift is Ockar, so it's up to Ockar whether he wants to eat them or chase them away.
Just ignore them. Chase them
I
away
think
or whatever.
Ocker's
Yeah.
like the most normal amongst us. He doesn't eat anything strange, doesn't do anything weird.
I just have us chase it away and not get into trouble as we continue on.
Okay, that's perfectly fine.
Finn wouldn't eat them either, mainly because he's allergic to them.
You're allergic to scabers?
Yep.
Hmm.
Okay. Luckily, it's not a problem because Ockar just drives them off rather than trying to capture any of the bodies.
Where are we going to dock? Is it this one?
Yes.
That's where the Pex was.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
You can see the name, right?
Yeah. No.
Nope. All right. Hold on. Sorry. Let me.
I saw. I saw Solas's arrow.
Can you see the name now?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
Can you give me another arrow, please? One ping only, Pirelli.
So, where are we heading exactly?
The place with a name.
We are going to the Peckport to get our reward.
Yeah.
And then after that, we're heading for the Nemesis cave so we can finally leave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good.
Do people want to take a stop on the way out of this sphere on that hidden port, whatever it's called? I can't remember what it's called.
Well, we did say that we were thinking of going back and get more crew. So, do we want more crew?
On the return journey, because we got stuff to sell. I mean...
Oh, yeah, we got to sell stuff.
I don't know if we can sell anything around there. I could see like a place that had like a lot of craftsman stuff, but I don't know if they had a lot of money.
The Pex might take the helm.
I'm just on about the jewellery and stuff. We could sell that at the hidden port, wherever it is. And it's somewhere around
Or
there.
we can keep the jewelry and sell it in the next sphere.
I mean, we could.
What you can do is you can get a quote for it. You don't think the quote is any good, hang on to it. They don't have a lot.
So first of all, Braxon, you finish your inspection and you do not see any problems with the ship.
Okay.
So you are bringing the ship back in towards Schistholm, the capital of the Peck Kingdom of Deep Earth Delve. And they guide you into the port as before. And after securing your vessel and everything like that, you are met by the same representative that you met before, who requested you to, escort their people. And he comes to you, Braxon, as captain, and says, "Welcome back. How did the mission go?"
It went pretty well. We found what might be the person causing you problem. There was a Githyanki pirate sitting in our path, right near the end of our voyage.
Gith pirates.
Sorry, Gith. Pirates of Gith.
You've never heard of Githyanki?
Yeah, sorry. Oh, we met one, didn't we?
That's right, yes. But you'd probably be thinking of them as a weird pirate of Gith.
Right.
Because you'd never heard of Githyanki before that.
Yeah.
Alright, go
on. And once we dealt with them, your people made a deal with the people living in the stone ships, and they've agreed to bring your people back.
He claps his large hands together and says, "Excellent, excellent. That is great news. Do you have a letter from them?"
Yes, I'll pass it over.
He examines the seal, then nods briefly and cracks the seal and opens it up and reads. "Ah, perfect, perfect. This is exactly what we wanted. You are welcome to dock here and resupply your water for free, for as long as you wish to stay, within reason, of course. And we will have someone deliver your reward.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we're not going to stay here forever because we've got places to go to.
Yes, I figured as much. I just, such things have to be reasonable, of course, right?
It was a pleasure doing business with you, and it was a pleasure being able to take care of the pirates that were bothering you.
I do certainly hope that that is the case. Obviously, with pirates being what they are, it is likely that there were more than one, but taking care of any pirates is certainly a great deed. We greatly appreciate it.
I hope they were the pirates that attacked your ships, because then you'd have given them what they deserved.
As
but
do we.
They were trying to attack another ship we encountered.
Well, we thank you very much, and we are greatly appreciative. Should you need anything else, don't hesitate to speak to me, Yin, at the government office.
Yeah,
Would you be interested in buying a helm?
We may be. I will need to discuss it with the other council members, as it would be quite a high expense, but it may be something that we could make a deal on. I will return tomorrow and let you know. Is that okay?
That's more than okay.
Excellent.
Thank you.
All right, so a short time later, some armed Pect guards will escort a clerk of some kind who requires you to sign for the receipt of a small coffer. Inside the coffer are a number of uncut gems, and they have a single cut emerald as well as part of that payment.
They cut their own gems?
You're not sure. You've gotten the impression that they do not generally do a whole lot of it. So this one might be one that they've cut, or it might be one that they got in another way from trade or something like that.
I know Lafdul wants to buy some cut gems as well for his own personal fund.
So Lafdul, they would give you an inventory of what it is, and this would confirm it for you. There are 50 uncut citrins, 50 uncut chrysoberyls, and 10 uncut garnets. Once they're all cut and sold off, it'd be a pretty valuable sum of money.
It depends whether or not Lafdul's having a good day or a bad day.
It does. And the one emerald is worth 2,000 gold pieces. Okay. So you guys are welcome to do anything if you need. You can decide how long you want to be in port as well.
After the game, but I'm saying I'm doing it now. Can I buy 10 gold piece gems for 100 gold? Uncut.
Uncut, yeah, sure.
There's someone.
Hold on. 10 that are, when they're cut, they're normally worth 10 gold pieces?
No, the base value is 10.
Well, the base value is what they are when they're cut.
Oh. How did I do it for the termlines? Because I sell 100. So
if you want termalines, then you can get termalines.
Weren't they like 10 gold each?
Let me double check.
Uncut.
Let me double check.
I'm just looking for 10 gold piece gems that I'm going to cut a ton of them. That I can make a little bit of money from.
I mean, you've got 110 uncut gems here, not including the other ones that you haven't cut yet.
I know. Lafdul
Okay.
wants it for his own.
Okay.
He needs his own money. He's running out of money.
All right.
So he's cutting gems while he
fine.
can.
Give me just a second.
There's a lot of money he does for the company, but...
All right. Yeah, you can get tourmalines, you can get amethysts, chrysoberyls count.
I'll get some crystal barrels.
All right.
I can get good cuts on them. 10 of them. 100 gold, yeah.
Yeah, that's
For all
100
of them.
gold for 10 of them.
Okay, thank you. That's almost all my money at that point.
Okay. Anything anyone else wants to do?
We think of it as soon as we leave.
I'm sorry? I think you broke up there.
I probably think of it as soon as we leave. Let's go for a walk around town. Braxon, go for a walk around town.
Okay.
Solas is concentrating on research since he's pretty close on finishing.
All right. Yeah, that's correct,
Yo.
Lafdul.
You're actually close on finishing?
I'll tell you what, because Braxon had a good feeling about his deity, he's going to try to see if he can find anyone that might be worshipping Patar in a strange sort of way. I mean, he's heard that groundlings worship Patar another way.
You look around and you don't see any obvious like religious edifices in this town. Let me go ahead back and so like the vast majority of this realm is a mine. You're basically at like the tip of the iceberg of this realm.
Right.
There's a few other places where they come out, you know, like on the surface.
Yeah.
But the capital is primarily a port with some public facilities and facilities for outsiders, and then tunnels leading deep into the earth.
Right.
And you see no like everything is alien to you in that like you've never encountered these creatures before. They build in a different way. A lot of things look a lot more natural in construction than what dwarves
And you
would,
said
almost
this-
as if the buildings like are kind of grown out of the earth or carved out of the earth or something like that rather than built.
Yeah. Didn't you say all this stuff was kind of mundane and not very artistic as well?
Yes. Yeah.
So I guess Braxon won't pick up any sort of vibe.
Yeah, so I mean, if they whatever deities they worship, it's nothing obvious and it's nothing you're familiar with, and no signs of it. They don't seem to like. You could certainly ask around if you want. Sun Fayun might be going off and doing that.
Yeah, he might be. I guess I've missed him.
I mean,
Did you
nice
want to ask
mention-
around, find out who they worship?
Yeah, can do.
Okay, so like maybe go to the tavern.
Yeah.
The Pick and Maddock tavern.
Yeah.
The earthy drinks.
I just kind of like chat up the proprietor, whose name is Shaw.
Sure.
Just kind of like
That's a good
strike
name.
up a conversation, ask maybe what their faith is like, because you've never met their kind before, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Shaw tells you that they are not terribly religious. They've seen, they've encountered dwarves before. That they kind of make a they like the proprietor would say that they're not as overtly religious as some of your kind are as dwarves and things like that. Um, they they are followers of the gnarly one, the boss of Earth, Grumbar.
Gnarly one. Very interesting.
But they don't have really any. They respect his power. He is a god of earth and stone, and that's they feel an intense connection to earth and stone. So that's kind of how their relationship with that deity is.
Yeah. Braxon's going to thank him for the story and say, "May the gnarly one watch over you and your people."
And the proprietor will be very appreciative of that.
Braxton give him a little bow.
All right.
Yeah, go back to the ship wondering if the gnarly one might be an avatar of Ptah. And decide it probably isn't.
So, other than that, doesn't sound like anyone else has anything to do. So, at this point, you're waiting for the word back from the Pecs on whether they are willing to purchase the helm.
Yeah. We probably could have done a day of shore leave, couldn't we?
I mean, there's going to be some element of that. At least some of them are going to be allowed to off short periods.
I'm sure they'll have a blast.
Only if they go into the mines.
Yeah.
All right, so the next day, the government clerk Yin returns and says, yes, we have discussed it, and we are interested in purchasing that helm. Having lost a number of helms to the pirates, it would be a big improvement on our fleet. We can pay you with gold and silver ingots if that is acceptable.
Seems acceptable to me. Is anyone okay? Everyone okay with it?
Yeah.
I suppose I'd have to approximate its value.
What, the value of the ingots?
I mean, yeah, they're generally. I mean, I've got a feel for gold and metal, I suppose.
Well, we can balance
It's not
one
like
on
lead-plated gold or something.
We can balance one on your head, and you can tell us how heavy it is.
I'm not that kind of person.
No?
No.
Isn't that how you appraise them?
Oh, there's a lot of intricacies I do,
Well, hang on.
I think
How
one of the
about
main ways that he appraises them is to throw them at you and sees how deep they leave a mark.
How about we get Lafdul to build his little tub, fill it with water, throw all the ingots in, and as the water overflows, we can shout Eureka. Then we'll know if they're the right weight.
So they bring forward a coffer with ingots in it. And it's a mixture, and they will tell you, and Lafdul can verify that they'd be an estimated 10,000 gold pieces worth of gold and silver ingots. That's the best that they can do.
Yeah.
How much do these helms normally run for? 50,000?
I think so, yeah, but you always lose it.
Yeah, I mean, this is not even. This is a fifth of its value,
Well, you can say no, or you can say yes.
What was the other party member? My gut feeling says no. Well, what about the other party members? But then,
I'm fine with selling.
Yeah, Finn's fine with it.
I mean, they're nice
It's,
people at the end of the day.
And it's of the cargo hold.
Yeah. Seller's market.
All right. Any objections? We'll put it that way. All right.
Not like it costs us anything to get it.
Mm-hmm.
No. Well, it cost us resources, but
All right. So you sell the helm to them and get 10,000 gold pieces worth of gold and silver ingots.
I'll just write it on the jewelry tab, Finn. Because I know you normally keep track of money, but
they're small enough ingots that they can be distributed. Just keep in mind that like if you distribute it, then you guys would need to convert it into monetary, but they can be distributed amongst the party easily. So
I just write a mixture of gold, silver ingots worth.
Well, what I mean is that when you do the distribution, you can say each player gets X value of gold and silver ingots. So
yeah, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. It's
Sure,
good enough.
That
it's
works
close
out
enough.
Crew share, but
it's close enough to. Again, like you may need to convert it out of your own currency as well for that kind of thing. Like you could, but it's close enough to cash that you could pay the crew with coin and keep the ingot, keep more ingots for yourselves in the crew share, the party share, or individual funds or something like that.
So that was 10,000 gold's worth then?
Yep.
Having those ingots is...
Are you writing anything? Because I wrote it in on the jewelry tab, but it's up to you.
Well, I'm just gonna... You can delete it out of there, because I'm just gonna break it down now then.
Yeah.
You want to do it that way?
It should be treated as money.
Alright. That means I don't have to write them.
Yeah.
Transporting ingots is a lot easier than coins in the...
The best thing to do is just like if you're if you have 500 gold pieces worth of the ingots and you buy something worth 700 gold, just use the ingots first, kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Okay. So they take possession of the helm and you guys can. Is there anything anyone else wants to do? Anything that anyone wants to purchase?
Suddenly there's money. Finn's divvied it out already.
That was quick.
It doesn't take long when the spreadsheet does the work for you.
Yeah, I mean, but it's... So how should I write this? I've got that value as ingots.
Yeah, just that value as ingots, gold and silver ingots. And just use that, like, it's easiest to use that if you're buying something that's more expensive than that. And then just use that first.
Just put it in, like, your personal gem notes or something.
Yeah, that's why I have them.
Okay.
I had an idea. We've had people injured before. You said anyone can use a bandage.
Yeah.
Didn't you? Right. So, I think Braxon would like to buy one bandage per crewman.
I mean, you've got that kind of thing on hand. Like, it's just like ripping off some cloth and tying off a wound, that kind of thing.
Lafdul will be giving daggers if they start going after his linen bolt.
Basically, in any case, whenever we resupply our ship with things like rope and such, we also buy bolts of cloth.
Okay, all right.
Speaking of, do we have to refresh our spell component?
No.
It's probably be the last time.
Well, I mean, I assumed that you'd stop back at the Moonglade
the other
port,
port,
but if you
yeah.
don't, then yeah.
All right. No, we'll stop at the Moonglade port.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we should probably support this.
Because they have manufactured goods that here they won't have.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, at some point during your stay here, you will be approached by a human. He's well dressed, and he has a manservant with him.
Oh,
That guy that
I
we
was wondering what happened to
happened to
these
them.
guys.
So he will first ask for the captain as he approaches your ship.
Okay. Will Braxon be there when he asks for him?
Sure.
Okay, then Braxon will go inside to fetch the captain and come back out.
So
If
That's what
Solas is
Lafdul
there,
thing to do.
he will say to them, yes, our captain might be a bit silly on occasion.
It's like, do come on board.
he spent too much time around me. I'm obviously having influence on him.
You're a terrible influence on him.
He will
I baited
be
it.
very confused for a moment and give you a very strange look, and then and introduce himself. I am Cleric von Tromberg. This is my valet, Herrig. I have been stuck in this sphere for quite some time, and let me tell you, it has been... When I heard rumors of another vessel of humans, Herrig and I moved heaven and earth to try and find you. It has felt like we've been one step behind you every way since we first heard of you. But I'm
was his
glad to
valet
hear
called
you
again?
returned here.
What was his valet called again?
Herrig.
Eric.
Can you type their names on the...
Yeah, I'll give it to you in a moment.
Okay. Yeah, Braxton say, well, we heard about you and we've been looking for you as well. We're heading off to where we came from. I don't know if that's the same place as where you came from. What crystal sphere are you from?
We're originally from the nation of Tromberg. I'm sure you've heard of such an important place in Arnor space.
Or
No.
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 Never heard of that.
Do you know Brow Space?
No,
Space,
I've never
winter
heard of
space.
that. It must be an unimportant place, but I'm sure if I can get to other humans, I can find my way back eventually. You are not planning on taking up residence here, I expect?
No, we're heading off back home.
We were just about to head off on the path to head back to our space.
We'd be open to having a couple of passengers.
I would very much like to book passage with you. That would be quite beneficial for us getting home.
Braxton will briefly go over the spheres that we know of, not including any of the ones that are secret.
Yeah.
And say, do any of those spheres mean anything to you?
Not offhand. Let's see.
We have a navigator that might know.
He will list a couple spheres and give me a navigation check, Braxon.
Right. Nope.
Is that a success?
Hang on. Show my sheet. And I got a Flodgson navigation, so I've got
that's actually the better.
14 minus 2. So.
All right. So he'll mention a couple spheres that you have not heard of.
12.
He does say that it is said that his sphere is located near the arcane outer flow, which you have heard of.
Yeah.
But it's more of a rumor than anything else.
Yeah.
But upon that, he'll be like, perfect. That means that I will be able to find my way back from your backwater sphere. That is greatly appreciated. Do you know how long it will take to get there?
No, we're still trying to figure out. We've basically got a prophecy on how to get back.
Well, in that case, if we are unsure how much passage will be, how about this? He reaches into a pouch, and I should describe him a little bit. So, like, you can clearly tell that this man is a man of noble upbringing. His clothing is immaculate.
Yeah.
It is very expensive looking as well. His hair is well groomed, clearly trimmed regularly. And his valet is it seems kind of a little bit older, but not significantly so. You'd put their ages at maybe late 30s for Salaric and early 40s for Herrig. And he reaches into a pouch and pulls out a pair of fire opals and says, "These should cover the passage, I think."
I am getting appraisal. I want to know how much they're worth.
Yeah, you would estimate those at about 1,000 gold pieces each.
Am I... No. Tell Braxon, I'll whisper to him. I won't say this openly, though.
Okay.
Well, we wanted them anyway, didn't we? To in case they were helpful to us.
I mean, small
Yeah,
people, we
well,
gotta...
We might have to shuffle people around to find a space for you. Do you normally stay in a separate room to your valet?
Oh, no. My valet must be in my room with me. But we will require a room to ourselves.
Yeah. Right.
Can you take us to the ship plan just to see if we have a room?
Sure. Let me make sure that I got all the old tokens off.
Oh. Zoom out a bit.
So I think you had Margoth in 6 on the officer's deck and Lenelius in 7 on the command deck.
Right.
If you take Salaric and Herrick in, they will see 7 on the command deck and be like, "Oh, this will do. It is on the small end, but we will accept it."
Yeah, so we'd have to move Lenelius if we were going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's space in the shuttle for someone.
It's up to you guys what you want to do.
Yeah, somebody's going to move. Let's ask Lenelius if he doesn't mind moving.
He will say, well, I did see the gems that he's paying you, so I understand. I could go on the shuttle, I guess?
Yeah, that'd be,
So you could put him into the captain's quarters on the shuttle.
Quarters is free.
Yeah.
Alright. You will vacate the room.
Yeah, give him plenty of time to move his stuff.
Alright. Okay, so let me go ahead and get them on.
Braxon says thanks to him and says if we need to take the shuttle and you're staying behind, you can just bunk in my quarters.
I would appreciate that. Thank you very much.
While we're talking to him, I'm gonna be trying to analyze his balance.
Okay.
Can we get his Glow around?
Glau can be around. He's probably
Yeah.
either in the astrolabe chamber or out on one of the upper decks, especially if he's been able to get some sweets lately.
Braxton has sent someone to look for Glow and say we got some visitors from an unusual crystal sphere. Could you come and give them some advice on how we might be able to get them somewhere where they can get home?
Do you want to talk to Glau privately first, or do you want to or what? Like, you could go find Glau if you wanted.
Yeah, Braxton will find Glow then.
Okay.
So we've taken on 2 passengers. They are humans, and we're hoping that because they're humans, they might also be able to help us get home. But we might end up being in a position where we know better than them. They come from somewhere on the arcane outer flow. Have you heard of that?
Oh, I have heard of it, but only rumors. No one. It is said to be a secret of the arcane. But I mean, that's essentially what you've heard as well.
Right.
Like, you know of the arcane inner flow, and that is a known stable path of phlogiston rivers. And it is said that the arcane outer flow is even larger than that.
Right.
And various people will say, "Oh yeah, my sphere, my home sphere is on that, and that's why it's important," kind of thing.
Right. I guess when we go home, we take him to some arcane.
Or just let him, find, like, once you get to Brawl, you can basically say, "This is as far as we go. You can try to find your way from here," kind of thing.
Yeah, it's not like he bought us a passage to his home. He bought passage to where we are going, basically.
Or at the
Yeah.
very least, out of here to a place that
Yeah.
is, at least has, like, human civilization that might know a way that he
Yeah.
can go.
Yeah.
So he'll basically leave when he leaves, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or when we kick him out
Or that.
at the
What
end of.
when we came out?
I mean, if
It
when we reach Burol and if he still wants to stay, he either needs to pay more or.
Oh, hang on. You need to negotiate that now. To the first port that he can travel from, that's reasonable for him.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're kind of obligated to take him to somewhere, I guess. You need to
Well,
negotiate where.
we're going to be going to Brow. He wants to get off before then. Get off before then.
I mean, Braun's a major hub, so he should be able to get
Yeah.
home from now. It's only like
I mean, he
2
did
stops
call it
away.
a backwater.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he seems to be the condescending type of guy.
That may be the
Who's it?
case.
So
He does.
So, Ockar, your analyzed balance revealed that he was 1 step away from neutral.
Okay.
Probably Celtic neutral like me.
Could be
Or-
neutral.
He might be lawful neutral.
Yeah, it could be lawful neutral.
or
Could
he
also be neutral evil or neutral good.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Can you analyze the balance of his valet also?
Ockar?
I only have 1 spell.
Yeah.
I can only do it for 1 person.
You
One
don't have to. You
creature.
don't have to do it today, but during the
I
trip.
can do it the next day, but yeah, I can only do it for 1 person a day.
Why don't you cast the spell, Solas?
Uh,
You're a
that's-
higher level priest.
That is less obvious and
You're just juggling some coins while starting out.
yeah, but Ockar seems to do it as a hobby.
Wow.
Hobby. It's an important
Yeah.
way of knowing who's trustworthy.
Yeah, it's like how Lafdul questions corpses.
I guess
you
I'd
know?
also use detect evil intent during the conversation.
You did not detect any evil intent.
Yeah. It's a hobby he does when he's not polishing his flying wolf.
Wasn't your wolf cut like Barons at one point?
What?
He had like flaming hands on it. Flaming hands.
That
Doesn't matter.
yeah, that just causes damage generally. I mean, it has a
Yeah.
chance to burn stuff and things like that, but I'm pretty sure. I think Ockar laid on hands anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so Salric and Herrig move into those quarters. And they have a substantial amount of gear and stuff. Herrig would be the one loading, bringing it all in, and Salric will be regaling anyone around him with tales of his apparent exploits. You get the impression that he was a monster hunter, essentially.
Right.
Oh.
And so he's like talking about things that he's slain, monsters that he has slain, the great fights that he was in, stuff like that.
So he's good at fighting.
He does have a jeweled longsword at his belt. It looks similar to an elven blade because it's a little bit thinner than most human blades.
Braxon will ask him how they got stranded here.
Oh, yes, that is quite a story. I hired a team of mercenary monster hunters to accompany me to slay a depredacious radiant dragon that was preying on shipping lanes in my sphere. Terrible beast, said to be over 1,000 years old.
Wow.
And we pursued it to its lair, and in the middle of our fight with this beastie, a cosmic storm appeared and sucked us in. If it sucked in the dragon as well, it went somewhere else. But we ended up here. Our ship was heavily damaged, and sadly all of my mercenaries were slain on the journey through the wormhole.
Did you learn the name of this dragon?
Ah, if it had a name, I cared not what it was.
Oh.
It was a dangerous beast that needed to be slain.
Sometimes you can...
Plus, it was said to have quite a valuable treasure hoard, let me tell you. That is the greatest shame, that I was not able to recover such a valuable hoard of gems and jewels and gold and magic, I am sure.
Well,
Definitely
we've killed quite a few dragons.
Lafdul's interest.
Oh, do tell! I will have to hear about them over dinner one day.
Yes. That sounds good. Yeah, we got some...
Throughout all of this, Herrig is just like carting heavy loads into the room, and just kind of like a very bored expression on his face, and he says nothing the entire time.
When he goes past the fourth time, Braxon's going to say, "Would you like a couple of crewmen to help you?"
He kind of grunts and shakes his head no. No. Herrig, I do not trust anyone but Herrig to carry my things. He knows exactly where everything is, goes. I would not want anyone else to dirty it with their hands.
Very well.
So with that, once he's got all of his stuff stowed away in their quarters, is there anything else that you'd want to do at the port, or would you be leaving that day?
I don't think there would be.
Okay.
Unless anyone else has got an idea, I think we go to the other port and get ready to leave.
Okay.
Is there anything else we want to sell in that other port?
You mean at the Mongrelman port?
Yeah. The hidden one, yeah.
You'll have until next session to think about it.
Right, okay. Yeah, it's about that time, isn't it?
Yes, it is. All right, so you get the ship ready to leave. If there's anything that you think of that you wanted to get from this particular port, I'm fine with getting that taken care of in between sessions, kind of thing. If it's just normal equipment or anything like that. Otherwise, when we come back next time, the party will be making their way to
The hidden
Darildar,
port I know.
the Mongrelman port. Okay, let's see. That is going to be...
I think Finn's going to level up after this. You were like so close, weren't you?
Okay, Ockar, 1000 XP.
Okay.
Solas, 1200 XP.
Is that shared or is any of that for
That's
Mage
just normal
only?
XP. It's
Okay.
all one. Finn, that is going to be 6000 XP.
Wow. Nice.
Braxon, 6200. And Lafdul, 7200.
Nice.
Cool.
So
And Finn is leveling up.
I just got 1,000.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you did some role-playing, but you didn't participate in the little excursion, so they got a bit more than that.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Finn, up to level 9.
Yep.
Do you
Yeah,
want
he's
to
out-leveled
roll
us.
for your hit points, or do you want to take 4?
I'll roll this one.
Okay. You can use a reroll if you have one, which you do.
I think I will then.
Okay. All right, 6 hit points.
That works for me.
All right, I'll go over, check your THAC0 and saving throws and stuff like that, and you should get some new spells as well. Level 9, I think you're going to get...
1/5.
I'm sorry?
He gets a 5th level spell now.
Okay. And you should be getting... I'll double check, but I think you might be getting weapon and non-weapon proficiencies.
Okay.
So I'll double check that stuff. You'll have a while to think about it. If there's anything that you feel like you've been kind of using, then you can just get those proficiencies if that is the case. Otherwise, you'll need to do some training for it, studying, that kind of thing. But you do have a Phlogiston trip coming up, so...
Yeah.
It's the best time to do
Yep.
spell
Yeah.
research if you had spellcraft.
All right. So, any other last-minute stuff that anyone has?
Can't think
Okay.
of anything.
Was this, sorry, just to clarify, was this 3 days? I've spent researching, was it 2? I think I got 3.
Let me see. I was not keeping track of...
I've marked down 2, but I'm pretty sure it's been 3, not 2.
It was 2, and then you were in port for 2 days.
For 2 days?
Yeah.
Oh.
One day you were here, and then they came back the next day, and then you left like the
Yeah.
other day.
Oh,
Just that's to just make it easy to calculate days, so I'm not like...
yeah, I know. There's contacts on power spoken pin, so it's down to 2 out of 7.
That does also mean that it is when you leave, it is another payday for your crew.
Right. Is that when we leave now or next session?
That's the end of this session. Next session we'll start a new day as you leave the port.
I'll almost. Oh, it's just about that I get my research ready to try and see if I succeed when we leave the sphere.
Okay. All right, so I want to thank you all for joining me. Just as a refresher, the rerolls now stand at I have 2, Leva has 1, and that is it. So do keep that in mind. 500 bits from the viewers can give a player or me a reroll. I want to thank you guys for playing. I want to thank everyone out there for watching. I am going to get a raid going because Variax is doing a 24-hour charity stream.
Oh, cool.
So we will go his way and say hi to him. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and we will be back next time. See you then, everyone.
Thanks for the game.
Thanks for the game.
Thanks for the game, all.
Thanks
Thanks
for
for
having
watching.
us.